What's up, y'all? It's mid-afternoon. No, almost 2 o'clock. Just woke up an hour ago. Yeah, makes you do that. If you're wondering what I was doing, I have an ice pack underneath my arm because there's a tumor right there. It keeps wanting to pop out. And during my detox process, it decided to scream, and of course other things decide to show themselves. And in my detoxification, instead of oozing stuff out of my body manifests its emotions and pain that I've regressed throughout my body and throughout the years of living life. That's the way my body decides to express the enjoyable toxins that I put in my body. And so a lot of people say, oh, well, they throw up a lot and stuff oozes out of their eyes and their ears and their bodies. And don't get me wrong, I had that. But I had empty vomits, mostly bile vomits in the bathroom. And that's when I knew I was going through a detox, because nothing was in my stomach. And what I was having for the past few days was just a few juices and green juices that were hard to keep down. A shout out to the Dan the Man, the Life Regenerator, who either he came up with this or discovered, I'm not too sure, but it's called the, what's it called? The green juice? The Lemon Ginger Blast. That's what it's called, the Lemon Ginger Blast. So my husband was making me the Lemon Ginger Blast, and I only had the Lemon Ginger Blast for twice a day for 3 days. That was it. And no, they had 24 ounces twice a day, and the rest was just water if I could keep down anything. But once, and I was going through severe pain. I mean, just knock you down to your feet, knees, screaming. Think of childhood when you're kicking and screaming on the ground, rolling around, holding your body and trying to stretch it out just so you can relieve something, and nothing's working. And so my husband was trying to comfort me during these times, and there was nothing he can do except just be there. Just be. And knowing that someone is there when you're going through this, even though they can't do anything for you, is a lot more comforting. And be by yourself. Because nothing's worse than going through this. You're by yourself. No one can take care of you, no one can hold you, no one can help you or say it's gonna be okay. It's just you. And there are times when I had those moments, and my husband was at work, and I can't work, of course, and I'd have those detox moments, and they're so scary, because you don't know what to expect, what your body might do. You know what your mind will do. Never give up. But your body will take you through hell and back. And sometimes you have those thoughts, but you know you can't. Because what would be the point? What's the point of that? You're not going into the next happy world, you're going into the next pain world. So you can't think those thoughts, because then your pain will never go away. You have eternity. Anyway, so during these times, of course, before I wasn't taking pain meds, because I'm all for health and living foods, but it got to a point where the pain was so intense. I was hospitalized, and they gave me pain medicine. And of course, I have family members who are for pharmaceuticals, and because they don't know any better, and even though I try to tell them, they don't know, and they don't want to go through the crap that a person goes through when they get off of the processed foods and they get onto the living foods, not frozen foods, not packaged foods, but real life, just picked foods. They frequency at a higher vibration. And that's what I want. I want a higher vibration. The higher vibration that you have, the closer you are to the highest vibration of this world. And that's the supreme being, the ultimate, the creator, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. And so when I got, I took the pharmaceuticals, oxycodone, gabapentin, and with the oxycodone you have to take ibuprofen. And then of course I can't sleep, so now I'm taking a sleep aid, non-habit forming. I have children, so I can't fully ever get a deep sleep. When you're a parent, you never fully get a deep sleep. So, but it helps me relax and get drowsy so I can nicely go to sleep. Anyway, so I'm taking those. With each process, my family members have to ask me, did I take my pills when the pain hits? And I usually always say no. It wasn't until just a few weeks ago when I was going through such violent pain that I was inhibited for all day. I was just bed rested all day. And my husband works, so I can't be non-active. And you might say, hey, okay, well, get a caretaker. Well, guess what? Unless you are bedridden on your deathbed, you don't get a caretaker on your insurance. You have to pay out of your pocket. Well, I'm sorry, but I've looked. There aren't holistic caretakers. Affordable holistic caretakers for 5 days a week. How is our family supposed to do that? And an average day person, well, people have nannies. Well, you know what? I don't want a nanny to take care of my kids. I want to take care of them. I want somebody to make sure that I get my juices. I want somebody to help me clean the house just a little bit so I can focus more on the more serious stuff, like my children, and being there for my husband. Why can't I have that? Why isn't there a person, or they call them personal assistants? I don't want a personal assistant. I want a holistic caretaker who knows what the heck they're doing and who is positive, loving, and kind, and loves their job because they make a difference, and it's not a paycheck to them, it is life to them. That's what I need and want. But I can't get that because I don't know or have the resources to have somebody. And I think there are plenty of people out there teaching about the whole thing, and you can come to my retreat for 2 weeks, pay $5,000 for 2 weeks, when everything I have, need, and want is right here in my house. I just need somebody to help me get that. So when I'm bedridden, or I don't have the energy, or I am down and I need to be lifted up, anything just to help. Make sure I do my rebounding, or I go outside. There's some days I'm so tired and so weak, I don't even go outside, and you need to go outside. You need to go outside and be in the sun. And when the sun is not shining, fine, be on the earth. Put your feet down. Lay in the grass and get fresh air. Some days I don't even get to go outside because this house has a lot of windows, and I'm enjoying the sunshine from through the windows. But what the windows, they mess up the vibrations. That's why in greenhouses, plants don't grow as nurturing as in life, because the sun does something through the window glass and it changes. So so you don't get the actual particles from the sun that you need. So I need someone to say, hey, let's go outside just for a moment. I'll come out with you. And keep asking me to come outside, even though I don't want to come outside. You know what I'm saying? Just things like that. Anyway, back to the ice pack thing. Okay, so I'm taking my medicine every 4 hours, on the hour, with an alarm clock. That freaking sucks. And with that, every 4 hours, even when during the night, I have to wake up, take my medicine, drink my water, go downstairs, get a new freaking ice pack because my body just melted the whole thing while I'm screaming in pain because the pain doesn't, I wake up and eventually the pain comes. No, you wake up because you're in pain. And then it goes from 0 to 75 to 100 in 5 minutes. And you have to race down. I have to race down the stairs, steep stairs, butler stairs, to the kitchen down here. Get an ice pack fast enough before it reaches 100 and I drop to my knees. I normally don't make it because the pain is so intense just from waking up to that 75%. That 75% goes from waking up to literally, I wake up like, oh, okay. Should I take my medicine? Okay. And then 75 hits. I'm outside of my room in the hallway. 75 hits. Now I'm like this. Jesus. Walking like an old lady. Creeping. Because every step that you make, every movement, every breath, everything hurts. Like someone, and I know you men know this, keeps on kicking you in the balls. Just playing with your balls. And then one person decides, you know what, that's not how you do it. You know, back in the slavery times when men would catch the owners smacking their slaves lightly. No, the next slave owner comes, this is how you do it. Boom! And blood gushes out of their butts. It's really sad. Don't watch slavery movies. Too much slavery movies. Anyway, but a person with a lot of anger decides to kick you in your balls. 100% full force. You drop to your knees. Oh, like this, just like a man does. And I'm holding on to my arm like this. And I'm just, and I drop, and I continue to drop, and there's nothing you can do. And I have to stretch on my arm like this, and I have to stretch it like this, and keep going. I'm just crying and rolling. And then I sometimes, brief of a moment, microsecond pass, I'm able to breathe up, and I'm still holding it, and I drop back down, and I'm ripping at my skin, just trying to get it off, just please God, and I'm begging God, like, have mercy on me, have mercy. This pain is so intense that you don't know when it's going to end, but I go through this process so often that I know it will end, that the light will shine, the medicine will kick in, I will have my ice pack. So finally, I'm not able to make it to the freezer, which I normally do because I hate waking anybody up because I know that it's going on 3 years. People get tiresome of this. They do. And they have lives. So I'm trying to do this. I'm like gathering my strength. And I lift myself up. And I'm holding myself, asking God for mercy. And I'm dragging myself all the way into the kitchen. And at times I'm dropping myself. Now luckily, that kitchen floor, this is a very old house, 200 years old. It's cold. And I love it. And so I come down here, my nice cold feet. And sometimes I drop to my pain right here on the cold ground. And I just lay there and I'm praying and screaming out, quietly screaming out. Into my robe, I'm screaming. So I don't wake anybody. And I finally get to the kitchen. And I don't know if you can see me now. Finally get to this kitchen and I get my ice pack, which I need a new one. And I go up underneath my arm and I go like this. which I still need. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Just like I'm doing right now, because, Lord, but today, I have not taken my medicine. My husband was asking me, when have you taken your medicine? I said, no. And I get so excited when I don't have to, and I just have to do the ice pack. But guess what? Yesterday, I did a whole day of, it is a tea brew of turmeric shavings and ginger shavings with a dash of pepper, because the turmeric goes into the body better with mixed with pepper. And so, and a half a teaspoon of honey. And I was just drinking that all day long, all day. And I didn't have an episode, a pain episode. I only took, well, normally it was on the clock, but I only did 3 times my medicine. So I'm really excited. Today, hardly anything, no serious episodes. In fact, I haven't even taken an ibuprofen. It's awful. So I know I'm on the right track, and my family just told me and admitted to me that they're proud, that they said I had more faith than they did. And this is coming from a PK kid. That means a preacher's kid, raised in a very religious household, and this was nothing that they've ever known. And what's funny is that the thing that started all this was watching Dan the Man, Life Regenerator, because I was looking, I kept looking. There's sites, the Truth About Cancer, Cancer Truth website, Truth About Cancer website. I was looking at, but I was also looking on YouTube. And Dan the Man, Life Regenerator, he was just starting doing the YouTube videos. And he wasn't disease sick in the body with these type of, but he had a lot of things going on, a lot of drug addictions, a lot of emotional issues that he just wanted enough. He just said enough, and he went on this journey, and he's so raw with his journey, and that's what I believe it enlightened me, drove to him, because there's a lot of people out there, but they only show you the good stuff. They only show you, oh yes, I'm so sick, and this is how I look, and everything's so not wonderful, but I'm trying. Okay, no, I don't want to see you happy-go-lucky. I want to see, and I want to hear you talk about the real crap. The real stuff. I don't want to see another pretty girl talking about how sick she is. You don't look sick. You don't act like it. You're just showing me all the good stuff and then telling me about the bad stuff. I want to see it raw. And what Dan the Man, Life Regenerator, did, he comes to you raw. Now there's a moment when he got a little commercialized, and then he came back. And that's when I stopped watching him, because I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you went commercial. I'm not here to watch you be another one of them. I'm here to watch you because you're real. And so then he disappeared, and then came back on, and he was in Hawaii. I was like, okay, what's going on, man? And he's back to his old, I'm real with it, I'm doing it. And he even said he got fed up with the YouTube nonsense, what the YouTube does to people if you let them, commercialize them. Well, I tell you, I'm not here. I'm on the bandwagon with Dan the Man. And I'm going to keep it real, keep it funky. Because that's how people learn. That's how people know what's real, what's really going on. And that's how people don't feel like they're alone. That there's other people going through the same crap that they're going through, especially if they really are alone. And this is all that they have. So it started off watching his show, and then it just spiraled. It gave me, what did it give me? Not inspiration, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, because even though this person's not going through Hodgkin's lymphoma, he's going through other crap. There's other crap. Even if my body wasn't in dis-ease, there's a whole lot of other crap, emotional nonsense that I need to get rid of. A lot of emotional transgressions. That's all built up because of childhood of going through a religious household. You guys know what I'm talking about. All you PK kids, you know what the heck I'm talking about. So there's a lot of that holding on that keeps my body in dis-ease and toxic. And then there's my young 20s. And I decided, hey, let's have fun. PK kid, I don't know what the meaning of fun and world is. I don't know what the world is about. So I went to go discover it. Found out it's not that great, because you're stuck. You're stuck in that hell for the rest of your life, and you have to look around you and all these other people who are going through doing the drugs and drinking and partying and saying, woohoo, this is the life. How is that the life? If you, every day, you have to get foggy brained to breathe. Why can't you just go outside and let the natural air give you a foggy brain? An air high, as you can say. Why can't you just allow that? But people don't see that because they don't know no better, because everyone's trying to pour down all of this process and toxics and pills down their throat, saying this is the way, when all they're holding on saying, please someone help me, but no one knows, because I was around all that. I kept myself around people of lower life vibration, because I could not find other people with higher vibrations as myself. And with that, those people who were of lower vibrations knew I was of higher vibration, kept me safe. They always said, don't mess with her. Leave her alone. She doesn't want that. But I always kept myself around those people, around drug addicts, prostitutes, hustlers, drug dealers, strippers. I mean, in every form that you can possibly think of a person, I always kept myself around those people. Not because I wanted to be around them, to be them. Not because I wanted to be them or like them. It's because I felt a need to be with them. And then I find myself here. And I'm like, why? Why did Christ always hang around the hoodlums and munglers, prostitutes and taxers, or whatever you want to call them? It's because he knew that they needed a higher vibration. But at that time when I was a kid, I didn't know that I was sent to them to share, because I didn't have any information. I didn't know. All I knew is they needed love, and I wanted to be their friend. That was it. So I'm glad you guys decided to sit down and listen to me chatter on. I'm actually going to lay down again. My son, my eldest son, said that I should stop wearing this robe because it makes me look like a patient, especially when my hair is crazy. But this is my favorite robe, and it's nice and fluffy. I have another robe, it's a red robe. He said that makes me look more vibrant, but it's not as fluffy. And I like my white robe, and I wear my white robe everywhere I go, even outside. And I don't care about the neighbors. Neighbors can go mow their lawn, because that's what they always love to do. They love to mow their lawns. And even on us, I mean, of course, yes, our house has the largest property in this circular neighborhood, and as soon as you drive up the street, it is like, ta-da, the house yard. So, of course, driving up the street, you want to see something nice, not something, meh. Now, like a bigger lawn, a higher lawn, and they didn't like that. So they got on us and said, when are you going to mow your lawn? Like, what? Anyway, now I'm going on a lawn trip. Thanks for watching. Peace.